everybody. I hope you have been having a fabulous time. It has been about a month since I have caught up with you. I have been hopping all around Europe, and it's almost impossible to do that and get videos out. I didn't even take my laptop to do any editing, but I did take a lot of video, and later in the video I'll put a couple of minutes of video and pictures that I've taken because it was fabulous, just fabulous. And I'm so glad you're here with me. And if you're new to this channel, please tap the subscribe button and the like for this video. And I will make videos every week if I can. This has been an exception because we were going to be gone so long. And I'm sorry I didn't give you a heads up about it, but sometimes it's best not to let the world know what we're doing. So we went and came back, and now we'll catch up. I am cleaning up because we've been gone a long time. I have someone who helps with the house, but this outside patio gets extremely dusty, and I discovered when I got back there's construction going on across the way, and you can probably hear it in the background, but you know, that's just life. So I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad you're back, and this is going to be a fantastic summer. I ran to get my scissors because I can't stand these dead orchids on here, and I'm going to trim them back, and I'll show you how I do that. And I put my microphone on my dress to get it out of the way so I wouldn't have to hold it, and now you know what that is. It's not part of the ensemble, but I guess it actually is now. So what I'm going to do, and I'll try to put a close-up of this or get closer in with the camera. These are the orchids that were on here. They were the tiny orchids, the little micro orchids, and the plant itself is not dead. It's just the stems. So I usually come down about 4 nodes and trim off that dead part, and I'm doing that on both of these stems, and it will not die. I will hang this on a tree. What I do is pull the orchid out. Let's see if I can do it without making too big a mess after I just cleaned the table. That wasn't clear thinking, was it? I'm still a little jet lagged. We haven't been home that long. I take the orchid, I'm going to come closer. I take the orchid and out of this plastic, and then attach it to a palm tree and wrap either fishing line around it or the line that you can buy at some of the hobby stores that has moss, and then you can't see it. That's my favorite way to do it. So I need to run and get that, and then I will hang that on one of my palms. I don't have to do much of anything for this to grow, and I wish you could see my orchids in the front yard. It is unbelievable. When we came home, it was dark outside, late at night. Came in from the airport, and I could see my orchids as I drove up the driveway. They're that large. They are beautiful. Now this is a pink, as you can see, and I have pink in my backyard, and actually pink and purple in my backyard, and in the front yard I only have the white orchids. But that is trimmed and ready to hang, and I've shown you this before. It's a moss ball. It has a hole in the center, and I'll link it below for you, because if you're interested in this, you don't have to use it for orchids. You could use it for any kind of plantings, or you could use a little cup and make an arrangement in it with fresh flowers. And I've got that linked below for you so that you can use it. I'm actually going to order a couple more because I think it would look beautiful to have several in one location. It's just so clever. I don't know who thought of this, and they may have been around forever. I just discovered them. Let me clean up this mess and we'll move on. I'm going to replace that with this red coleus. I'm pronouncing it coleus, and if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, let me know. It's C-O-L-E-U-S. is how it is spelled. And what it is plants that I have in my yard, and I trim them back and I propagate them, and I put them in water. You can see it's already starting to propagate, and when the roots get about an inch or two long, then I just plant them in the ground and they thrive. They love this area because it's hot and the weather's moist and humid because of the time of year. This is hurricane season. Now, this year we may not get as many hurricanes, and I'm hoping, keep your fingers crossed that that's true, because we have, number one, the Sahara dust, which comes from Africa, and it keeps down some of the activity in the Atlantic Ocean that produces the hurricanes. And then also there is the front that comes through from Mexico, and sometimes if it's just right, certain years we don't have much hurricane activity. Last year we did not, so let's keep that going. I want another year of not having to track hurricanes. Now, we have that done. I'm just cleaning because of this dust, and occasionally people will get sick from the Sahara dust, you know, like asthma, something like that. And I'm kind of hearing it in my voice, but I don't have asthma, so I don't know what it is. But I wanted to tell you just a teeny bit about our trip to Europe. I'm not going to give you a full-blown day-by-day itinerary, but I have to say it was very, very interesting. I had been to Russia, which is a communist country, and then we went this time to the countries in the Eastern Bloc that we went to 8 countries, and they were communist countries, and you still see and feel the effects of communism there, and very, very interesting. We started in Romania, we went to Serbia, we went to Bulgaria. Hold on one second, I'll get the list. Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, Hungary, Croatia, Austria, Germany, and then to Amsterdam. From Amsterdam, we came home, and we were gone close to a month. And I love to travel, but after a certain period of time, you really want to be home for a while and have those comfort foods. So guess what I cooked the very first meal we were back? Chili. It is 100 degrees here. I think the humidity brings it to like 109 degrees, but who cares? We were hungry for chili, so I made a huge pot of chili that we're going to eat because we have been eating anything other than chili, and that's the first thing we thought of. The most memorable meal I had on this trip was, of course, there's sausages. In that area, they're known for great sausages, and there's soups. And one meal had soups and sausage, and the soups every meal were different because the people who live in the area, and if you've ever lived there and you know about this, let us know on the comments of what you think of this. We were told that because the food was rationed so heavily at one time that they just stretched the foods by making soups out of just about anything they could come up with. And they did a great job with it because I had some delicious soups, even cream of garlic soup. I never thought I would like that. I've seen it on a menu before, but oh my goodness, it was delicious. And the sausages were wonderful. And I had discovered a German mustard that I love. I was at a restaurant and they used this mustard. It's Develi, and it's a sweet mustard. And I'll put a close-up of that. And the gentleman who was waiting at our table, I was asking him about it, and he handed me a whole handful of these to-go packets. So I looked it up and I found them. So I'll link them below for you. I went in a grocery because that's something I love to do, is wander up and down the aisles of foreign groceries. And I was looking for that mustard in particular after I'd tasted it. And usually in Europe, mustard comes in tubes, almost like toothpaste. And they did not have it. And I'm thinking that might be a mustard that most restaurants use, but maybe not on the shelves. However, I did find it, so I'm going to link it for you because I will tell you, it is delicious. If you like a sweet taste, not quite honey and not quite a Dijon. It's kind of a blend of Dijon and something sweet. I haven't decided what it is, but it's great. So I'll link that for you so you can test it too. And then there's something that my husband does each time we travel, and that is to get a haircut. I don't know how this started, but he goes to get a haircut. So we find a barber that we've never met before, but the shop looked really nice and he got a great haircut. He's been really, really lucky with his exciting haircut adventure. I don't know where he got this in his mind to do it, but it's fun to watch, and it's fun to watch him watch the barber because he's trying to decide, does he also want to shave? Does he want him to, use the straight razor? Usually he will do that, especially if they offer it. Some barber shops don't even offer it, but he loves it. And of course, we went to Vienna, Austria, and if you want fantastic shopping experiences, go to Vienna, Austria. The streets are beautiful, the restaurants are gorgeous, the stores are to die for because every store down the street is one that you want to look in. You want to do window shopping or you want to actually shop. Either way, you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to put some video right here. It's only like maybe a minute or so of pictures and video of the trip, and then I'll be right back. Good evening, everybody. The sun is setting in Belgrade, Serbia, and look behind me at this fabulous church steeple, and the people are walking along the Danube to go to dinner, and you may hear some music behind me. It is slowly turning darker, so I'm hoping that the camera is going to pick us up. We are watching over the bridge over the river that is carrying a lot of cars going home from work. As we turn around, and I'll turn the camera in a moment, you'll see an enormous Microsoft high-rise. And that's a great thing to see. There are a lot of things going on in Belgrade, and I am watching to my left, your right, a riverboat coming up. I think it's a dinner cruise. Well, that looks like fun, doesn't it? It's very exciting to see a city that is both old world and new world. You have the old world, as you saw maybe behind me with the church steeple, but then there are other areas of the city that are completely renovated, very contemporary condos, and you have a mixture of both old world and new world, which is a fabulous thing to see because we have to keep in mind this city was bombed in World War I. World War II, in the late 90s, there was the war that was going on in the city and was bombed by NATO. So they have had to struggle for many, many years. There are people enjoying the evening. The sun is setting, and it's a beautiful night. you enjoyed those photos and video. I was really intrigued by the beauty of Serbia. I did not expect that lush, natural look. I don't know what I had in mind, but it's always great to be surprised when you're traveling. And one of the things I took a picture of were the eggs on the shelves in the grocery. Now, they don't refrigerate their eggs like we do in the United States, and I have run across that in the past. And it seems to be fine. Everyone's healthy and eating eggs, so I'm not going to try it because I have plenty of room in my refrigerator to refrigerate them, and we're used to refrigerating eggs in the United States. I have my griddle heating over here, and I'm getting ready to put some olive oil on that, and we're going to make chicken fajitas. Something is smoking. I hope you also saw the reels I made on Instagram. I just popped those reels up so you get an idea of the look of the area, and the fun that we were having was in making the reels. You know, you see things when you are traveling that just catch your eye and you take a video of it, just a short little clip, and then I try to incorporate those in the reels. And everyone seemed to enjoy them. This is onion, this is sweet bell peppers, and this is white onion. No, this is Vidalia. This is Vidalia onion, sweet Vidalia onion. And while that's cooking, I'm going to run in and get the chicken. I had the chicken in the refrigerator. I could have put it in the outdoor refrigerator, but I had gotten it out earlier and trimmed it up. It's chicken tenders, and I'm adding some seasoning to it. And we're going to put that on the grill. It does not take long. And for these summer days, this is perfect. You don't have to heat up your kitchen. It is fantastic. A bit more. It's quick and easy, and I am so ready for all of our summer foods we're going to be eating. We're going to make some hamburgers one evening. We've been thinking about our menu because I have not cooked in the whole time I was gone, about a month. And of course I was watching the chefs cook and going into restaurants and watching what they have on their menu. And I've come up with some really great ideas. Now I'm going to put all of this chicken on the skillet. This griddle is fantastic. You don't have to worry about the chicken tenders falling through. I am hearing thunder, and it is starting to rain. It's a slow rain. I'm looking at it in the pool, and it is much needed rain. We have a deficit of rainfall in this area, and there's always that fear of brush fires. We've had several in this area in the past few years, and you might remember long ago I placed a video on stories where the helicopters came to the lake that's just behind our house and got buckets of water to go and put out a fire that was nearby, and it got closer than I wanted it to, but they took care of it, so I was happy about that. We're going to let that sizzle. It looks so good. And yes, these long summer days are the beauty of the entire year. If you love summer the way I do, you know that these days are precious, because when it's cold outside, that's when I catch up on movie watching and reading. But these beautiful summer days, and a light rain in the background, oh my gosh, it is just the best. You hear that thunder? Oh my. I love it, love it, love it. It's still really warm this afternoon, but I'm wearing this breezy cotton-like dress, just the perfect thing for summer. I believe it comes in several colors. I'll find it for you. We're almost finished. I watched a fantastic movie on the flight back. It was Song Sung Blue with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, and it was such a great movie. And it's based on a true story, so if you haven't seen it, it is fact-based, and it was really good. As a matter of fact, I think it was up for an Academy Award, and I don't think it received one, but it should have. Part rom-com, part drama, but I don't want to give too much away because it's just has a lot of twists and turns in it. Look at that. Now I guess I need to heat the fajitas, so I'm going to turn this eye on. All right, I'm going to heat that. And I don't do much of anything other than just put them on the skillet and let them heat. So I basically just heat the tortilla in the skillet, and I know a lot of you will take the tortilla and put it over the fire, but you know, I just prefer it this way. Smells so delicious. This is LaCroix. My new obsession is lemon. Love, love, love. And my other obsession, and I've had it for a while, is this Pebble ice machine I have. And I have it in the kitchen, and I'm giving some thought to putting one on the patio. Because even ice water with this ice makes it so much better. For some reason, it's just colder. Yeah, a couple more here. And I'm going to wait and see if we need the others. It's just the two of us tonight, so we don't need a lot. You hear the thunder? It has to be about 5 miles away, but usually if it's within 5 miles, the alarms go off on the golf courses and you hear those. So it may be a little farther than that, but I can certainly hear it. Now, if you do this any differently than I do, let me know. Put a comment below and tell me if you have a better idea about heating the tortillas or grilling the vegetables or the chicken. Let me know, because I'm always up for improvement. I think everything is just about ready. We have our onions. Grilled sweet peppers with just the right amount of char on those. And this delicious chicken. Now this is good on a salad as well. If you don't want to do fajitas, put the fajita seasoning on it and then add it to a salad. That is the ultimate summer salad. Okay, look at this. Okay, we have our chicken, our sweet peppers, and our grilled onions, and we are ready for dinner. Lightning everywhere. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to take this inside before that lightning gets any closer. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, tap that subscribe button. And don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram. Bye.